So we're going to complete the interactive components for FAQ. So we're going to add that here. So this is the landing page. This is PiggyVest landing page actually. This is their display landing page. But if you go to their website, you see that the here is actually animated. When your cursor touch it, it just bring out the phone mockup. So we're going to pick. We are going to design some section is going to be the exact of their design, or some section is not going to be the exact of their design. We are going to design our own. Ouch. And then this is for here is a YouTube display something. If you go to their website, you see it. Okay, so let's open their website so that you see what I meant. So this is how their website. Now you can see that it's actually animated here, right? And then you have this fine gauge. This fine gauge picture is just bouncing, and then we have all these features. This is their the 6 features here. So we have the button, and then this one is how it's bouncing. And if you come to this place, you see that here is animated. So I think here is display of 4. Yeah, I don't know for the design. What did the design give us? Okay, design gave us 6. So yeah, just 4. We're not going to do all this animation, but our goal in it is just to learn how to design on a larger screen. So we're going to use PiggyVest as a case study, and that will be our inspiration. So this is how their own look like. I love one thing about this PiggyVest is I love the way they play around with colors and form. So if you check here now, you see that this is YouTube display. Yeah. So you just ignore this. You just telling me to log in when I actually got the page. So this is how it look like. We're not going to. We're just going to design um maybe some when we get to that stage we're just going to design, but you're not going to design this exact um YouTube, or we can just use another image or something like that, or better still we are not going to add it. So this is how their testimony. Theirs is a page, but now we are going to add it as a section there. So this is what they have. So this is how their own looks like. We are not going to design exact like this, but we are going to design. We are not going to add this section here, but we are going to design this other section. We are not going to design the left. We're going to design the right. We are going to do all this kind of animation, open and close something. So since we are going to have so many questions, on the landing page, so we're going to make our own interactive component. Instead of designing this one, if you check some of, we're going to create our own in interactive component, and we're going to do that before we start our design. So let's get that done, and then we'll start our design landing page. So I know we've not talked about design on the larger screen, so we are going to do that again today. Sorry, and we're going to take some, we're going to add some, for this landing page. So before I dive into our landing page screen, we're going to come back to this our interactive company. We're going to do that here. So I want you guys to pay really attention and grab all the details of what I'm going to do here, because I found out that most times where people are having issues is interactive components. What and what did I actually, those things are what people are always confused about. So first thing first is let's design that. So we're going to design a normal FAQ. Let me choose their own as a case. So we're going to design an FAQ like this, just something like this, but just one question and just one long answer, not question and this, just one question, the answer, question, the answer, question, the answer, just something like that, like what is PiggyVest, and then PiggyVest just in one or two sentences. So we are going to design that. So first thing first is I'm going to remember I create my local styles. So and I did not create all. I did not create all. So I don't know if you guys still have access to the Figma file. If you want the link, I can share it for you guys. Yeah, so this is it. You have it now. So you can come on board, or you can just see view from your end. So first thing first is I already have, let me click at already have my text styles. I think these are not all the text style. I think I remember I did not add some, and some are added. So we're designing for a bigger screen. So 26 is actually middle font. So we need like 32, we need 40 something, and we even need 50 something, or maybe 70 and 60 something font. So I'm going to just come here and then use 26 is actually too small. So I'm going to use like 32. So I'll use 32. So let's just see what is PiggyVest. Let me zoom this. So this is telling me enter. So what I'm using is outfit. So outfit is actually a font that looks thin. So definitely 26 is actually too small. So I'll be using 32 for my title text. So I'll use 32. Let's just put this as what is PiggyVest. Let's just do it this way. What is PiggyVest? So and now let's create. So I'll be using in this aspect. I'll be using this drop down. I will be I'll be using those plus and minus input. I will use this drop down, but you can use drop down to follow the same pattern. But in this aspect, I will use the drop down. I will use plus and minus. So let's get that. So I'll have to use plugin for this. So let me get whichever way you want to do. So in this aspect, I'll use plus and minus. And you can use your text to do that, but I prefer using fonts. I prefer using icon instead of text. So icon will give me icon just make it look in a position to not change position. So this is I think this is which icon. This is not which icon. So let me just type plus. So let me just type it here. So I'll select the one I want. So I'll go for this. So this is I'll go for this one that has this shape like this. So I'll drop it here. Yeah, so this is what I have. So I want to check something. Okay, vector. So let's get minus. So I'll be using this one also that has this curved edge. So this is going to be here. So I'm going to close this. So these are the only things I need. So I'm going to put this in auto layout. I'm going to hold this and also put them in auto layout. So this is what I have. So I'm going to give it a fit color. So I'm going to give it another auto layout again. I just want it to look big. So I'll come here and then reduce it. So let's make it 32. And then let's make this like 32 also. So I'm going to place it at the center. So once I place it at the center, I'm going to give it a fit color of let me give it this blue. So primary 2 blue. And let's change this black to white. So I'm going to give it a corner radius of 20. I just want to do that round shape. So once it's round shape, let's just make this 35 so that it will just look, round enough. So I'm going to make it 35. So the same thing I did here, I'm going to repeat the same process here. So I'm going to add another auto layout. So once I add another auto layout, so I'm going to make it 35 and then 35. So once I make it 35, I'll just place it at the center. Just repeat the same process. Corner radius of 20, and then a fill color of my my primary blue too. So I'm using this one. I don't want to use the main base color. and then change this to white. So once this has been done, I'll just move this one side. So now let's create this FAQ. So I've gotten what I want. Let's create this FAQ. So I've done this. I've set it aside. So your messages are disturbing me. Can we concentrate on in class first? Later we can continue ask our question concerning variety week. I will clear that out for everybody. Okay, so let's continue. So so now I want to create, like I said, that 22 is actually too small. So I'll be using that 26 is actually too small. So this is a larger screen. So 26 is actually okay for a mobile, but since you're designing on a larger screen, I'll have to use a bigger font size, font weight, yes. So I'll change this to my black and I'll hold this plus and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I'm going to hold this text inside. So I'm going to hold this text inside. I'll scroll here and then make it fill. Now, the reason why I want to make it fill, now I'm designing, I don't know the right measurements yet on my screen, but you can pick the measurement and start doing it here. But I just want to make everything responsive. I want to make the text responsive so that once I'm done with what I'm doing, if I just put it on my larger screen, I can expand it into fit. And once I put it on the mobile, I can also, decrease it. So that is what I'm trying to achieve here. So this is what I have. So this is actually still looking small. So this is actually looking small. So let's just increase it a little bit. So let's make it 40. So I'll just hold the two together. Let me block here. Let me lock it so that once I just type the number, it will just correspond to both places. Okay, now so this is what I have. So I'm going this and this. I'll place this in auto layout. So let's make this like 1000. So this is what I have. So this is what I have. So I'm going to make it another auto layout. So once I make it another auto layer, this is how it's going to look like. So I'm giving it corner radius of 20. So let's give it corner radius of 20 and let's give it a fill color. So I'm going to give it a fill color. So I'll use this shade. This is too bright, so I'll have to use my lighter shade of gray. So I'll use gray 4. Gray 4 is actually too light. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove this from my local styles and then pick my desired color and then make it gray 5. Okay, so this is what I have. So this 20 is actually too much. So I'm just going to make it 10. So make it 10. So let's make it 10 and let's increase this guy to, let's add extra 20. Yeah. Now you can see that immediately I add extra 20. My text, my element is actually not in center. So I'll bring it here at the center. So this is what it has. So the border radius, the padding, sorry, already is 10, which is okay. Or we can make it a bit. Let's make it 15. So this is what we have. 15 is okay. I think this is actually looking too dark. So let me just reduce it a little bit. I think this is okay. So this is okay. So now let's create for the answer. So I'm just going to come here and then copy this answer. So I'll just pick come here and pick this their answer here. So I don't want to use dummy text. So I'll come here, I'll paste it. So if I paste it, this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to bring it here, and then I'll arrange the text very well. Oh. So I want to play around with the text. So I'm going to reduce it and then cover up that space, change the color, and then arrange it to my desired text. So this is what I have. So this is what I have here. So now I will not be using 32. I won't be using 32. Let's change this, what is PiggyVest to be. Let's change this text to be, let's make it medium. Let's make it medium or even semi-bold. So let's make it, okay, I'm missing Y. Let's make it, let's see semi-bold. Too thick. Yeah, excellent. So I'm going to make this like this, and then this should be in capital letter. So I'm not going to use the same 32 here. It's going to be too much. So I'm going to use we're going to use 20 something. Let's use our 26, yes. But you can actually change it if we are now designing, doing our landing page design. You can change it. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is okay. Our 26 is actually semi-bold, so I'm not using that. So we just use regular and then take it out from black because it's actually take it out from black and use our gray. So I'll be using our gray. Let's use gray one. Yeah. So this is what I want. So I'm just going to keep it here. So I'm going to use my pen tool now. So I'm going to use my pen tool. So let me use my pen tool. So this is pen. This is pen tool. So if you come here, yeah, just come here. There's pencil. If you click on drop down, it will show you pen and pencil. So I'll be using the pen. So just come here and then make a straight line. So my straight line, I'll make my straight line to be 900. And then I'll change it to gray one. So I'm going to hold, let's make, this is, okay, no need, we'll just use auto layout and adjust it. There's no need of getting the number. So let's just hold this two and this one. What's going on now? Okay, so we are going to hold this two. We are going to make it auto layout. So once we make it auto layout, then what's going on? I just noticed that my text is outside my frame. So I'm just going to bring it inside my frame. Yeah. I have to reduce some of the tab. Let me see if it will stop misbehaving. Okay, so let's continue. So I'm going to hold these two together and then make it auto layout. So I'll just make the two auto layout. So once I make the two auto layout, and I will now make, so once I make the two auto layout, now you can see that auto layout has been added. I will hold the text. So if I click it in fill, okay, that is already in fill. So fill is just going to help me if I'm playing around with it to just adjusting. I want this space here. Like let it show that the first sentence and the second sentence. So I'm going to hold my straight line, which is the vector. So I'm going to hold my second line and then guys, my network is bad. Let's wait for this thing to refresh. So I'm going to hold this vector 2 and then make it come to this place and then make it fill. Guys, give me 2 minutes, please. Let me restart my system, please. So let's put this in fill container before I do that. I don't know what is going on. I have finally restart my system, but now Nigerian network did not allow me to come on board. Okay, so let's continue. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let's continue. So you can tell me where we stop. If you guys are following, you can tell me where we stop. Let me know.
You are trying to add the line and the text.
I can't hear you. You are talking. I asked a question. No.
You added the line and the text to auto layout. You made it an auto layout.
Please, who is talking? I can't hear you. I know it's a lady that's talking, but I can't hear you. Can anybody answer the question?
You were trying to use the pen tool.
I was trying to
Use the pen tool. Pen tool.
use the pension. Are you sure? Because I don't think I'm going to use it again. I'm done using it since. So another person.
You added you stopped at adding like the line and text to auto layout. You made it an auto layout in your frame.
Okay. So there was something I was trying to do. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is to this line, not a pen tool. I'm done using the pen tool. This line, I want to put it in the field container. So that if I'm trying to adjust it for the mobile view, it will respond. So that is what I'm trying to do, of which I just did now. So now we are done with this, and I'm going to hold these two together, and I'm going to add another auto layout. So I'm going to add another auto layout. So I'm going to make the auto layout to be 1000, to be the same way of this one. So what this one is 1000, so I'm going to make that same here to 1000. So once that is done, I'm going to add it a fill color. So I'm going to use this color here. So then for the padding it's 10. So but now I'm going to make it 15. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to add extra 5. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to hold these two together. So you can see that this is actually longer than this. So I'm just going to hold this one. Now, because of I've added auto layouts to it and it's responsive, so I'm going to confirm the second one. It's actually in field container. So what I'm going to do now, we just have to drag to get to this position. So that's what I'm going to do now, because everything is in field container and it will just respond. So this is what I'm just going to do. I'll just drag it to this point. There to just show me this. You can see that immediately I drag it, the text just align and the vector to align very well. So this vector is actually, this line here is too thick. So I'm going to reduce it to 0.7, and I'll use, instead of gray 1, I'll use gray, let's use gray 3. I don't want it to be too standing. I just want it to be like a line demarcating that and that. So I think this is okay. So I'm just going to hold this and then hold this together. So don't forget to give it a corner radius of 10, each of them. So I'm going to hold it now and give it corner radius of 10. Was it 10? Was it 10 I gave it or 20? Let me see if people are following. Was it 10 I gave this one or 20 I gave to this one?
It was
Hello,
10.
hello.
It was 10. It was
We are all plenty in this class. The
10.
silence is not helping.
It was 10.
10.
Another person,
10.
10. Another
10
person.
too.
Okay. So we've made it 10. Remember, we made this 10 and then this 10. So we are going to, we've made the corner, sorry, you can call it corner radius, you can call it border radius, anyone, as long as it is the border, no problem, and corner, no problem. So we are going to, we've made it 10. So we're going to hold these two together and make it auto layout to stand as one card. So what we're going to do now is just to play around again with auto layout. So we've added auto layout. This is how it will look like. Now I'm going to give it a fig color. Now I'm going to give it now this fig color. So I'll just use my color picker and then pick this color. So to use your color picker, just I, your keyboard I. Now this space is much. This space is too much. So you can come here to adjust it, or you can just come here, look for it around it to just come out. And then you just move your cursor. So I'll be using 20. Let's use 20. So I'll just come here and type 20. So the space between both of them will be 20. Then I will come here and repeat that my corner radius of 10. So once this is out of the way, I will now have to check if what I did is responsive before I'm doing another thing. So let's see if it's responsive. So if I want to adjust for the mobile, this is how it would look like. Definitely, this is how the size of the mobile is going to look like. And for the web, let's say tablet is going to be something like this, and then for the web, it's actually going to be longer. So I'm just going to take this inside. Let's just take this inside here. So this color is actually giving me this dark color. But not to worry, when we are designing, if we are not satisfied with the color, we'll come to the component and change the color automatically to respond when we are designing our landing page. So I have test run or test this, and it is actually, so I'm just going to return it back to 1,200, 1,000. Let's use 1,000, or let's use 1,000. You can change it. So I'll use 1,000. Oh my God, I forgot to add extra one. You can see that even when I added 100, you can see that the whole text just respond. So you can, if I change to, the normal size for a web is 1440. So it automatically, if you add your margin, it's not going to be 144. It's going to be like 1, 2 something. So let's just use 1,000. So this is how it will look like. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to make this a component. So I'm going to make this a component. And now it's zooming up. So I'm going to make this a component here. So I'm going to click the component here, or you right click, name it, call it component. So I'm going to add another a variant. So let me add a variant. So let me move. Okay, let's see if there's space here. Yeah, there's space. So I'm going to call this card. I'm going to call this like FAQ card. So this is going to be FAQ. So I'll take it out from frame 73 and then call it FAQ. Can somebody tell me what is FAQ?
Frequently asked questions, ma.
Are you sitting close to your standing pan? Okay, so I want to let me just give this guy space like this. So that if I'm doing my prototype, you guys should see here is connected to. So I just want to increase this like this. So let's do this like this. So now I'm going to bring this minus. Okay, before that, let me do this thing first. I'm going to bring this minus and then put it inside here. I believe you know how to put it inside. So I will just copy or cut anyone. Copy, then I'll come to this place. I'll click on the first auto layout, the first one. So I'm going to scroll and look for it here. This is the first one. This is not the first one. This is it here. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to paste it. So once I paste it, I'm going to take out the plus. So I'm taking out the plus. So this is what I have. Now I want a situation where this is the plus is like open and then the minus is closed. So I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call the plus open and then the minus close. So it's just similar to what we did here. It's similar to what we did here. But in this time, we're going to create a property with the text. Just similar, when we designed this one, we didn't create any property. But this one we're going to create property. So I'm going to call the whole of this card, this plus card, open. So I'm going to click on it and then I'll come to this place and then I'll rename it to open and then minus will be closed. So once that is done, so I want in a situation where if I click on this plus, it come up, and then shows like FAQ. Let me go back to this. Let me use this for example. That one we have the drop down. We have this drop down. So once I click on this drop down, the results, the answers come up, and then let me refresh this page. When I click on this drop down, the answer comes up and it changes to up and then the answer shows when I click on it. So that is what I'm trying to create here. What's going on? Ete, what is going on? This is now frustrating. So this is what I'm trying to create here. This one now, this is showing up and you have the answer, and this is showing down, you have the answer. But my own, I'm using plus and minus. So I want the display to be minus and a question. So once I click on minus, the answer should come up and then automatically change to plus. So that is what I'm going to do here. So what I'm going to do here now is I don't want these two texts to show. I want only this one should have the minus and then this open should have the text. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold this text and then make it a property, just the text. So I'm going to hold the text and I'm going to hold this other one. So I'm going to hold the two texts. So using my shift key and then click on both of them. So then I will come. Now you can see that it is showing me that this text is actually in component. It's the two, not for one. Now it's showing me that this is actually in component. So you just these two texts. So I'm going to click on this here, this button here. So once I click on this icon, it's going to show me add, apply variable or property. So what I want to add is a property. So I'm going to click on this plus sign. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. So once I click on the plus sign, it's going to show me, text property as well. So I'm going to use, make it a text property. So I'm going to click on it. Jesus. Now you can see that I've added it as a text property. I can take it out, but I've added it, which is what I want to use. So now I'm going to I'm going to hold this first auto layout, this one here, and then I'm going to close it. So once I close it, this is how it's going to look like. I want this to be the display, and once I click on this, it's going to come to this way. Now move to prototyping. Now I'm going to click on this button, just the icon itself, just this icon, and then I'll move to this. So it's going to show me that. So I'm going to add smart animates. Let's take this up. I think I'm going to use ease out. If I'm not okay with it, I can change it. So I'm going to use ease out. So I'm going to click, do the same thing here. I'm going to click on this and then move it to this. Yes, yeah. So once I'm done, I'm going to come to just pick the previous prototype setting. So let me take this. So I'm going to take this. Okay, before I do that, so I want to, yes, I'm sorry, last class we made this our component to be like a toggle button where we just play around with toggle up and on, up and on. So we're going to change that before I will duplicate and then test what I've done. So I'm going to change this one to no. So I'm going to make it no, and then yes for this. So once you have a component, like let's say two components like this, variant and the main component, and you just put the word yes or no or true or false. Figma has a way of switching that into toggle. So once you just put yes or no, yes and no, true or false, Figma will just automatically convert it for you. Yes or yeah, in toggle button. So I'm going to just pick this one, and then I will come duplicate. I'm holding my Alt key, so I'll just hold my Alt key and then drag and drop it here. So once I drop it here, so I'm going to, you can see that it automatically converts to toggle button. Once you just put yes or no, it automatically converts to toggle. So I've aligned to the center. So I'm going to duplicate. So I'm going to hold both of them. Then make it auto layout. And then I'll come to this place. So I'm going to just, duplicate. I just want to test run what I did if it's actually working. So I'm going to hold this. I think I'm okay good with this number. So I'm just going to hold this and then change the spacing to be 20. So this is what I have. So let's preview what we've done. Okay, so this is what I've done. So if I want to check, you can see that this is it. So what you will now do now in your design, you will now change. So this is what we've created. You can see that this is what we've done, which is actually beautiful. So you just will need to work on the spacing. So we've created FAQ interactive components for FAQ. So if I come here, you can see that just working this way. So even if I open this one, this is it. So even if I open this one, so what you will now do now is on your design, you will just change the regs. So now let's get started into our design. For those people that join delete. We want to redesign PiggyVest, so we already have PiggyVest. This is PiggyVest landing page. This is their landing page, excluding the animation they have on their landing page. So in their landing page, this fine girl here is, her picture is just bouncing slowly up and down. And on the landing page, this card are two, not like two on a line, paro, not three. Here we have a YouTube video, something the most saver of the month, something like that. But we're not going to do something like this. We can just change our own pattern. Here is FAQ. Here is sorry, not FAQ. This is review testimonial section as feature in, and then they don't have FAQ. Their own FAQ stand alone on the page. But we are just going to pick most things we are going to design and then replicate in our own design. We're not designing exactly like that. We're just going to pick like the landing page, this section, and this. But yeah, this section now we are not designing exactly like this. We're going to use our card format we did, but we can just pick the information, the text. So the same thing here, we can just use image here and then play around with it. I think we're going to use mostly all their colors. So before we continue, so let's start, let's design. So I'm just going to delete this since we already have that in the component. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to also delete this. So we're going to start. So we already have so we're going to use their background color. I think I love their background color. This is not white. So I'm going to pick their background color. So this is it. So let's return back our layer. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
So let's start. Let's start designing. Okay, so I'm going to pick their color. So whatever I'm doing here, all this will just go up because I've deleted it. All this will go. Now, like I said, I love their background color. So we're going to use their background color. So now, first thing first, we want to design this card. So we want to design this card. So we're going to design it. Even if we don't finish the landing page today, we'll complete it tomorrow. So, but I want you guys to learn how to design on a larger screen. Maybe your assignment is going to be design it in a responsive way. Let me see what your idea will look like. But don't worry, when we reach that bridge, we'll know how to cross it. Okay, so let's start. So I think my own logo is their brand logo. I'm not going to use this, but if you choose one, if you want to add the drop down, you know how to do it. Where you have to go to this and then add the drop down and then make it the same way we did that. So them they have two buttons, but we will just have get started button. So when you click on get started, take it to sign up or login. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do now, we want to design all this card. So we're going to replicate this card, but I don't think we are going to see this same icon. We can just use one icon but change the colors. So first thing first is I'm going to get an icon. So I'm not going to see this exact icon, but we can just use bank. You can use money. You can use lock. You can use go icon. You can use what are they calling this icon? Then we can use house. So let's go and look for it. So we need lock naira. We need lock money bank. You can call it target or you can call it goals. I don't know what to call this, interest. Then we can call this house. So let's go and look for it. So I'll just use a random icon, but in your own, please use one particular set or collection of icons, please, to make your icon set look consistent. Remember, we talk about consistency as one of our design principles in UI, just to make your work consistent. But the reason why I'm just using different icons because I know how to twist my icons. So I'm just going to. So we are looking for house. So we need 6. So we're looking for house. Hey, this house is Please, let's go back to which icon. I don't understand the houses I'm saying. So where is which icon? Which H for which? Where is Please, I don't understand the shapes of house I just saw. This is even the worst. Okay, oh. Okay, so let's play around. So let's play around. I think I'm going with it. I'm going to use with hell. Hell. Okay. What the mark? Okay, so let's just play around. So I'm just going to use my design eye to play around with different set of icons. But please, in your own, don't use different icons. You might not know how to play around with it. So let's use this house, because this is giving like house, normal house shape. So and this is 16. This is not in vector, this is in group. Let's see first. Okay, so I'm going to play around with it. Let's look for the next one is bank, right? So we're going to use the normal bank icon. So bank icon, I think I love them. It's always fine. So this is bank, it's always fine. So I'm going to use, let's use, this is looking, let's see. So I'm using, let me zoom in. I want to see the edge of this icon. Okay, the stretch icon. So whatever I'm going to do now, I'm going to use stretch. This is curve. This is fill. This is outline. This is fill icon. This is fill icon. This is outline icon. So let's use this one. No, let's use this one. This is 16. Okay, thank God. So the next one we need is money. So I'm going to type, don't type naira, just type money. Ego. Goody. So we're going to type money. So we're going to use, am I going to see any one that is threat? Okay, let's use this one. This is giving that kind of echo vibes. So let's use this one. So I'm going to dump it here. Pray 16. Very good. So next one we need is what? Can somebody remind me? I don't want to scroll to that place. Can somebody remind me? Invest. Data. Interest. Looking for the right word. Let's use something like this. Since we're using, I think I'll use this one. Oh yeah, remind me the other two. Why this is too thick. Oh yeah, remind me the other two. What's going on? Are they not saying anything? Are they staying on this call? Okay.
If you are on the call, we can hear you.
You say? Esther, I did not hear you. Esther.
No, you were asking if we're still on the call.
I said we need 6 icons. We need 6 icons. So this is me giving you guys tasks. What are the other two there? The silent people are keeping. All right.
Your this thing is breaking, so I don't know, I'm getting you at different points.
Are you guys ready to talk now?
We're ready to talk.
Apart from Esther, can anybody
Yes,
hear me?
ma.
It's only
I
Esther
can
that
hear
is
you,
in
ma.
talk.
I can hear you, ma.
Ma.
I'm not teaching you guys. So, like I said last week, I am not teaching you guys. We'll start interaction class. So if I ask you something, you unmute and say, I'm not teaching you guys something. This is practical. From next week now, I'm not teaching you. I'm only this is like me guiding you. From next week now, I'll be the one to sit in my chair here. While you guys will be the one to start designing. Please, we are done with anything teaching. So I'm not teaching you guys. We are working on the practical. So please, if I ask question, unmute and answer. Please. If you're in a quiet place, you can just leave your mic, not muted. You can just if you're in a quiet place, it's only you that is in your environment. You can just open your mic when it's time to talk. Please, I'm not teaching you guys. They don't teach you why. You learn, you practice, you do. I don't teach you as if I'm telling you do this. Please, if I ask a question, you mute and talk, please. If you continue like this, how are we going to do our practical coming up? But in fact, from tomorrow, how are we going to do our practical tomorrow? Is it this thing are we just going to be muted? Because from tomorrow now, I'll say everybody, oh yeah, all of you should come me and do something. I'll create a Figma file. Everybody will come on it and start working. Is it the silent that we're going to work on a design? No, now, please. I'm not teaching you guys anything. Like I said last week, we are done with teaching. Anything teaching, we are done. We are done. So I'm going to just copy this here. Instead of scrolling left and right, up and down, I'm just going to copy one here and use it as a guide to create others. Please, if I ask a question, not every time can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I'm not teaching you guys, please. We're all learning this together. Please. So I'm just going to take one of these cards as a guide instead of moving, back and forth, left and right. It's kind of tiring. So I'll just keep this here and then use it as a guide to create others. Although I already know what the text look like, you can just repeat the text and the amount. So what's going on? You can just repeat the text and the amount and just change the colors. So I'm just going to take this here. So first thing first, let's create for lock. So I already have my icons here. So this is what I have. So let's quickly create this. So I have my icon here. So I'm going to I'm going to add another auto layout. So once I add another auto layout, I'm just going to pick this color. Then I'm going to hold the black. We're going to reduce this to 30. This is very simple. I'm already at 20. So I can see that 20 is actually too much. So I'll just do 5. This icon is looking too big, so I'll just have to reduce it. And you can see that this icon width and height is not the same. So that's why I say whenever you want to play around with your icon, hold it by the frame where the name is written. For this photo, and this is what I have. So next thing I'm going to do, so I'll just leave my own to be a thin icon. Because remember, I did not use thick icon. I just use thin icon. So they have thin icon, thin outline icon, thick outline, just like that. It can be thick, it can be thin. The same way we have for fonts. They have regular, medium, enable, bold, like that. They also have for icon. So I won't be adding this icon here. So what I'll just do is just the name, amount, this text, and then this. So I'm going to come here and put this here. So this is going to be safe lock. So I'm going to use so I don't have semi bold for any of these. I don't have semi bold for any of these. So I'll use 14 million. So I think 14 million is okay. So I'll just pick this color again. So when you are designing, whatever font that you did not create as a local style, so if you add, like now I don't have semi bold 16 and I need it. Once you add it, create it as a local style immediately, and also indicate that in your display, and also indicate that in your display typography. So that's how to show that, oh, if a developer actually want to implement your work, the developer is going to see the display of all your font size and width that you use. This is what I have. So like I said, I won't add this, I will just use this. So I'm going to make this photo layout. reduce the spacing between them. So I'm going to reduce the spacing between them and make 0 is too close. So I'll just make it 3. And then I'll go to this one. And then I'll make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I think I'm okay. Let's make this space 8. Let's make it 8. And let's hold this one here. It's going on now. So I'm going to hold this and this, then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I think the height, because the height makes sense. I'm seeing 64 for the height. Let me see this 54. Okay. I think the height is not bad. Let me just increase it. Now this is actually not in auth, so I'm just going to put it in auth. Put it in auth so that I'm expanding it to just correspond for me. So I'm just going to hold this one here and then align to the left. Just let me get the width of the same one. I'm just going to hold this and then come here. So I'm going to give it padding. I don't like how close it is here. So I'm going to give it padding of 10. And for the up, I'm going to give it padding left and right, and then for the up, I'm going to give it 5. So this is what I have. So it's now 74. So this is actually looking big in my eye. So let's play around and reduce it. So this is going to be 14. Let's use 10. Let's use 12. 12 is going to look too small. 12 is okay. So I think I'll have to change this to 12 million. Yeah. So this is going to be this is 16, which is okay. And then I'm going to reduce this to 10. So I want the tiny text to be 10. So I'm going, this is already, the spacing between them is already 3, which is okay. And the spacing between this one is 8. So I'm going to change this to 5. And then change this to, let's say 2. So then this is okay, and then I'm going to change it. Okay, now you can see that it has correspond. So I'm just going to add corner radius of maybe 10, let's see 10, and then give it a fill color. So for the fill color, this is how it will look like. This is how it will look like. Okay, so I think I'm okay. So what I'll just, let me just make this 65. So now this is, we've created the first one. So I'm going to dump it and then, just quickly create others. So what I'm just going to do is I'll just duplicate this here. So once I duplicate this here, I'll just come here now, change the text and the color. And then attach the icon to it. What's going on my Figma? This new update is just messing my Figma up. So I'm just going to pick, this icon is already in auto layout. This is already in auto layout. So I'm not just, so the only thing I'm going to do is just to carry this icon and put it and change the color, change the text. That is what I'm going to do here. So let me quickly do that for this 5. Well, the one is not zero. So for this target save, I won't do this I won't do it because of time. So I will just replicate it to be this other way. I won't do it because of time. So I'm just going to say, is it target savings? Yeah, target savings, and then pick the green color. Hmm. So I'm going to move this one here first. So the last one is piggy bank. I don't understand what's happening to my Figma. Once I'm done with this, I will have to restart my system again. I don't know if it's my network or Figma. So I'll have to restart both my device, because I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. Restart my device and my Wi-Fi. I don't know why it's just lagging. So let's do this one.
Okay, ma.
When we come back, we'll change the colors. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, so let me restart. So let's change this to piggy bank before I restart all my device. I don't know if you understand what's going on. So this is piggy bank. Just give me a second. Let me restart my system, please.
Okay, ma.
Okay, so if you have question, just drop your question on the question group. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, ma.
Can hear you.
You guys are saying something, but I think I can't hear from my end. It's really my own network.
Yes.
There's 3% just unmute. Esther, you're talking, but I can't hear. It's my network. You can hear me now? Eh?
Yes. Can.
Yes.
Any other person?
We've been hearing you since I was hearing us.
I can't hear you. That was why I had to change. I know you guys are talking, but I was not hearing anybody. So I want to be sure. Network is just after me today. I don't know which one is the problem, MTN or Airtel. you can see my screen. I said something. Can you guys see my screen too?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can see your screen.
Yes.
So let's change this color. So for save log, this is the blue. For house, so I'm just going to come to this place, or you can just get the color code. Let's not stress ourselves. Let's get the color code. So for this is orange. This is purple. This is orange, purple, green, blue, darker blue, and pink. Let's go and do it. It's not compulsory that we have to pick their color. Let's create our own color. So this for house, this is going to be orange. So I'm going to click on it and come to this place. So I'm going to scroll down and then change the blue to. So I'm going to click here to get my selection colors. So for house, we have orange. So this is orange shade here. Let's get this orange here. So I'm going to pick this color and I'm going to add it here. I'm going to hold everything together so that I can just play around with it. So I'm going to make this like 30. So I'm going to add the color here. So I'm going to make the opacity 30. So I'm going to paste the color here and paste this one here. So this is what we have. So this is 30 is too much, so I'll just make it 10. Then pick the shade. So for target save is green, right? So let's change this to green. So I'll use green. So this shade of green, that's what I'm going to use. This shade of this green is too much. I think I'll have to come down and use this shade of green. So I'm going to pick the color. I'll come to this black, this one. I'll paste it. Then this is that blue, so I'll change it to. I use 10, right? Yeah, 10. So I'll change it to 10. So I'm just going to paste this color here. So I'll paste this color here. So text Naira is pink. So text Naira is pink. This is pink. So this is pink. Pink is somewhere here. So I'll just break it a bit darker. This here. So I'll paste this color code. Come to this place. Change this to pick the color code. Then put this black here. And watch this black here. What the heck? So for Vestify, we have purple. So I'll use that shade of purple. So where's purple? This is purple here. That shade of purple. This is purple. I'll pick this color code. second. The last one is going to be so this is going to be the darker shade of blue. So just bring it down a bit and then move it forward. So I'm going to take this. This is going to be 10. So this is what I have. So I'm going to take out this so we're going to create that image and then add all this inside and then add them in a frame, because if you still let us use auto layers for it, it's actually going to scatter. So this is what I have. I have the 6 of them. So I'm not going to use this exact picture, but I'm just going to use maybe a guy or a lady holding their phone, and then I'll add this white stroke. So I will just go to Unsplash, free pics, anyone. So I just use Unsplash. I think let's use free pics. freepics.com. So free pics is usually a site where you can get pictures. You can pay. You can pay to have most advanced premium picture. So yeah, I'll just say lady on her phone or lady with her phone or holding phone. Let's just add something like this. Okay. So I'm just going to, I think this is giving me what I want. Let's just see others. This is already, I need this kind of background. This is too white. So I didn't sign in. So let's just, I'm looking for somebody. I think I saw one. The person is facing the other way around. Where is it? This part. So I'm going to use this. So I just come here. You can save the image or you copy. So in my own, I'm just going to copy and come here and then paste. It's not only when you do this pattern, it's not going to be in bright quality. It's not going to be in bright quality. So paste. I think I'm just going to use this background color. But I'm going to change. I need her to face this way. So I'm just going to make her to face this other way. So all I have to do is I already have the width I want. So this is going to be 740. So 740. The height is okay. So what I'll just do, just hold this and then drag it this way. So just turn to the other way around. You just change. So the height is going to be 740, which is the original height I pick it from. So if I want to adjust it, I'll just use my scale and adjust it. I won't spoil the image. So going to let me crop this image. Before I crop this image, let me get my desired height. So let's see the height that they use. Let's see if we can just use the same height. Well, let's just work on our own. So first thing first is I'm going to crop this image. So I'm going to crop like the width is longer than the height. See, the width is longer than the height. So I want to crop this image because I just want this, like I just want it to be from this edge to this edge, just only her. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come here, click on the image. I'm going to click on this drop down here. I'm going to come to crop. So once I crop this image, I'll just drag it. I'm not holding anything, but I'll just hold my keyboard and then drag this to this point, and then this to this edge here. So I think I'm almost there. So I'll have to just make it the same way. Let me just clean this up. I think this is okay, so not to spoil it anymore. So once I've cropped it, this is what I'm going to do now. You see that I've gotten this, width and height kind of almost the same height, just one. So what I'm going to do now, I want to add this white background here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come to this place and then add stroke. So stroke is going to be like 20. Yes, so I can add stroke of 20, then make it white color. So I'm just going to use my white color, and I'm going to add corner radius of 20. I want to give it this curvy kind of shape here. Yeah. So once I've done that, so I'm just going to use my scale and then increase the picture. So I'm going to come to here to see how the size looks like, if it's something that is going to be from here to here or too small or something. So I'll just scroll down to see the image. Please move fast. So I think the size of the image is okay, like the size is okay. So let's just play around while it's actually still loading. So I'm just going to use 630. Yeah, so it's actually still in scale. So let's see. Let's refresh this so it will work fast. Yeah, while we are waiting for this, so let me just attach this, guys. So I'm just going to look at how this attach. We have the C block, Nera, Piggy, and all. So let me just quickly insert all of them. So I have the block. So don't forget, I'm going to remove this from scale so that it will not mess up my design. So I'm going to bring this here. So bring it to the top. Like it's actually under, so I'm going to bring it up. I think this was here. Yeah. So and then this one is here. Okay. So this is here. So I'm going to highlight all of them and then drag it up. I'm going to take it up. This is what I have. So this image is actually too big. So why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? So we've placed all this very well. So this image is big. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold only the image and then come to scale and then scale it. Can you guys hear me? My watch is showing me, it's notifying me that you guys are dropping message. My laptop is on.
We can hear you, ma.
Okay. Please, if you drop message, I won't see. Just my word is notifying me that you guys are dropping message. In case you are not hearing me, just unmute and let me know. In case you notice something, unmute and let me know. Thank you. So I don't know why my image is not showing. Is it because I did copy and paste? I don't know why it's not showing. But I think this size is okay. This size of image is okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push it here, then setting all this one. Remember, I did not turn on my layout grid. Now I'm going to add, I'll remove this from scale. I'm going to add all this image. Then I will not do auto layout in this one. The reason why I will not do auto layout is like Kemi said something our last class. She said, why is it that if you do auto layout for something and if you want to remove or you want to add, everything will scatter? Yes, it will happen here because auto layout will give you that alignment. But this thing we are designing, this image we are trying to play around here is not in alignment form. It's not going to be aligned. Just something like you just drop here, drop here, drop here. So we're going to put it in frame. We're just going to place it in frame to be like one element. So I think I'm satisfied with this image. So I'm just going to hold these cards here and then push it inside. So I'll just bring it inside here like this. I will not place it like aligned. If you check now, you see that it's not aligned. But let's just make our own align like this. Put this one here. Not too out. Then I'm going to take this up. Going to take this up like this to be close to her clothes like this. I want this orange to show here. Then this should be, let's make this here. Let's put this here to just close her phone a little. And then let's bring this one close to her face. So let's bring this one close to her forehead. Sorry, not her face, rather her forehead. And then let's put this one in this white space here. Let's bring this one here. I think we've created something nice like this. So let's see what the outcome look like. This is how it will look like. I don't want this to just be straight. I just love how this is looking scattered. So this image is actually big in my eye. I think it's okay this way. So I don't want this. So I'm going to, let's take this inside a little. Let's take it inside a little. I also want that edge to show. And let's take this out to be like on her shoulder, on top her shoulder, on her shoulder. Yeah. So I'm going to highlight everything and then make it, I'm going to highlight everything now and then put it in. I won't do it auto layout. Now, if I do it auto layout, you just see it, you just scatter. It will just scatter before our eyes. Like, I'm not talking of the text, I'm just talking of this card and the image. To just arrange, you just hit to just align. Let's do auto layout. Let me show you something. Now I've done auto layouts. You can see what it's just showing us. This is not what I want. So I'm going to undo that. And then I'll just right click and then frame selection. Please not grouping though. Frame. Frame is the best. Instead of auto layout that is kind of hard, just use frame selection. It's better that way instead of grouping. Grouping. One thing about grouping, I don't know, it will frustrate you. That's the honest truth. It will frustrate you and you will not feel comfortable about it. So I'm just going to take this here. So looking at this, I think I don't want this to just be center aligned. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick from this my images. So already from here, this is where my margin starts from, and this is where my margin starts from, even without using layout grid. But I'm going to turn on the layout grid. So I'm going to turn it on. So I did not delete that, I will just close the eyes. So I'm just going to bring this here. So I would love it to, no, I would love this image, this card to cross the lines, just small, not too much, but small. Let's say something like this is okay. Something like this is okay. I don't know why this fine girl don't want to show in my own. So this is what I have. So I think I'm okay like this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is this, guys, this one here. So I won't use icon. I will just put a text, maybe like a text here and then D24, then I will not use this. I won't use their pattern. I will use the normal arrow icon. So let's quickly create that. The 2024 PiggyVest saving report. So now this is 12 enter. It's because I'm picking sorry, it's because I'm picking this text here to do. That's why to just give me that default color, which is black, default size, default weight, and then the default font type. But if you do this, your pattern of you click on the text, you duplicate and bring out, it will not give you this pattern. But this click and duplicate sometimes it takes time. To me, it takes time. So I just prefer to just type text, type what you want to type, and then come here and adjust it. So I'm going to change this to let's leave it for black because we're going to change the text color to white. So I will use let's use 14 regular. So I think I missed out something savings. So I know I missed out something. So I'm going to use greater than 14 is too small from looking at it. No, 14 is okay because I'm going to place it inside I'm going to make it component. Sorry, I'm going to make it auto layout inside the box. So 14 is okay. So I missed out savings. I missed out savings. So savings is going to be here. So we have savings here. Space. Yeah, 14 is okay. So I'm just going to put, I'm not going to use icon. So I'll just use maybe PV. Just to create that. So I'm going to use PV. I'll make it bold. So I think I have 14 medium. So I'll use 14 medium. I'll add it auto layout. So once I add auto layout, I'm just going to give it a thick color. So I don't have that yellow. So I'm just going to give it a thick color and then I'm going to use this yellow here. There's this shade of yellow I'm looking for. Shine yellow. Okay, so I think I'll have to pick the color. So let's just go and borrow their color. That's their yellow. This shine yellow I'm looking for. FFE201. This is the color I'm looking for. So I'm going to make our own just round. I won't use that pattern. So I'll just make our own round. So ours is going to be corner radius of 20 just to give it that round shape. And I'll place it at the center, which is already at the center. And then I'm going to hold this and this and then make it particular. I think the height of this is too much. So I'm going to reduce it. So the height of this is 30 something. So I'm going to reduce it. So I'm going to play around with my scale. I'll just reduce it with my scale. So scale, I'm going to make it 30. So I'm going to hold these two together, take it out from scale, and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I'm going to make them to be straight. So this is going to come up, and then the other one is going to go down. So this is going to be up, and this one is going to be down. Yeah. So this is what I have. So this is what I have. So I'm going to place this at the center here, and I'm going to make this like this. So I should just okay. So since it's like this, so what I'm just going to do, I'll just drag this up a little. So the spacing is too much. So I'm going to give it padding of 20. So padding of 20 is too much. So I'm just going to give it 15. So once I give it 15, I'm going to increase it this way. Spacing is too much. I think this is okay. So corner radius is going to be 5. So corner radius is going to be 5, and then I'm going to add a peak color of blue. So I will use that blue I use for my piggy something lock. This is the blue I'm going to use. Now I'm going to add this. Now you can see that there is no padding at the top. So I'm going to give it a padding of 10. Oh, 10 is too much. So let's give it 5. Or even let's say 3. This is better. 3 is better. So I'm going to change all the black to white. So I'm going to come here. Okay, there's no need of that. So I'll just come here and select my white color. Just come here to select my white color. Should we leave this black? Yes, because the white and this yellow does not blend together. the contrast is too much. So I'm going to hold this white and change it to my black. So I'll use my black. So this is okay. So let's see the next thing they did. So the next thing they did, okay, their corner radio. We forgot to add our arrow. Oh wow. So the next one is the best way to save and invest. So then this text. So I think I'll just have to copy this their body text. So I just copied this their body text. So we forgot to add this, and the corner radius is actually, very, very curvy. The best way to save and invest. Okay, so I'm going to give this corner radius of 20. It was actually very curvy. So this is okay. So then the next one I'm going to do is the title text. So I'm going to do the title text. So I'll just come to this way and then say the best way or the better way. Okay, this other T is small letter. So it's giving me plus Jakarta. So I'm not using their font, I'm using my own, and 20 is actually too small. So I'm going to use, since I'm using outline is actually a font that is looking thin. So I'm going to use like let's start from 60 some, let's start from 70 something and see the outcome. Let's say 72, and let's make this to semi bold. So if this is a semi bold, so let's just 72 is actually is okay. 72 is okay. So I think I love how this 68. Let's see 72. 72 is okay. Now you can see that this our image is actually too big. We'll reduce this image here. I don't know why it's not reflecting. What's going on? So 72 is actually much. So let's use 68. 68. This is okay. I don't like the line spacing. I don't like it. The line spacing is too much. So this spacing is like this, not line spacing. This space here and here is too much. So I'm just going to turn this out here to 0. So once I turn it to 0, I can now play around to my own text. So this is how it will look like because it's 0. So I'm just going to come here and then play around with it. The 5 is too close. Yeah, I think this is better. So let's reduce this image. So let's reduce this image. I noticed something that theirs is in 2 lines. So automatically 68 is actually much. So we'll be using 54. Yeah. So let's say 58. So 58 is better. So we'll make ours in 2 line. So we'll make our own in 2 line. And then let's reduce this image. So I'm just going to move this one here first. So let's reduce this image. So everything's already in. So I'm just going to do OK and then save 400. Let's see 400. Let's make it 450. Let's make it see, this is better. So what I'm just going to do is just to touch up this. So like this, I'm just going to use my arrow. Let's take it up a bit. This is okay. So I'm just going to move this to my shoulder. So I'm going to bring this close to here, like this. I'm just going to take this inside more. I'm going to take this inside. And this also. This is what I have. So this is what I have. So I'm just going to take this inside a little bit. Now this is what I have. So let's continue. So this and this, I'm just going to align to the left. So then this spacing here. So I'm just going to make this spacing to be 10. So this is how it's going to look like. So the next, I already copied that text. I already have it copied. So what I'm just going to do now, I'm going to paste it now. So remember, we've not changed this color. So I'm going to paste it. So paste it. I already have it. So I'm just going to paste it. Yeah. So I've pasted it here. So I'm going to change the text to my own. So I'm using outfit 20. So I think I don't have 20 regular. So let's use 18 semi-bold. This is how medium look like. So I won't use this. So I'm going to take this out and use my 20. Then move it from regular to this. So I think that's really different. One thing about this font, one thing about choice of fonts is not all fonts are the same way. Now you can see I'm trying to stretch this, but this is what it gave me. So I'll have to change it to my own way. So I'll have to take this here like this. Just for it to be in that straight format. So I'll just use my hand to adjust it this way. So then I'm going to change the color. So once I make them auto layout, I'm going to change the color to my own pattern. Yeah, let's change this color first. So I'll use gray 1, yeah, which is my body text color, and then this I'll use my standard black. Yeah. So this, yeah. So I'm just going to hold this type headings and body text, and then make it auto layout. So if I make it auto, you can see it has crossed my margin by 2. So I'm going to make it back to 80, and then I'll hold this and then make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, this is how it's going to look like. Then I'll return it back to 80 here this way. So once I'm done, I'm going to hold this, and then am I missing out anything before I make everything auto layout? Now I need this what do they call it? App Store, not app, yeah, App Store batch. So I'm going to go to my components to get that. So what am I saying? Company. I'll go to community to get that. So let me go to Figma community. So I don't want to, since I'm using a browser, I don't want to close this page. So I'll just open another tab that will take me to community. I hope we all know how to navigate to the community. Hmm? Is anybody finding it hard to navigate the community?
No, ma. I know how to navigate there.
You don't know how to navigate the community.
I know how to, ma.
What about others? Do you know how to navigate the community?
Yes, ma'am. So what did you say? Please, coach, what did you say?
You know how to navigate to the community.
Been finding it very difficult to do that thing. Just take me back to my file, like my general file. I don't know how to go to community.
So, so please give me 1 minute. But let's wait for it to load. Okay, so you're going to get just these tools, this one and this one. So yeah, and this. So I'm going to copy it. Then I'll come to my design. Then I'll paste it here. So I'm going to make it auto layout. So it's both of them that is there together. So I'm going to make it auto layout. So this what's going on now? So I'm going to make it auto layout. One is actually in this not very well. You can see that I don't understand why this one is there. So I have to copy new one. So take this one here. So I'm going to hold this here. Then make this to auto layout. So once I make this to auto layout, I'll just bring this to auto. No, I think I'm okay like this. So I'll just bring this one. I'll zoom out. Bring this one to this place. Which comes first, Google or Apple? Or is it just anyhow we can drop it? So I'm going to hold this and this. Let's take this two out. So we've created our hero section. So let's see what we've done so far. I'm just going to come here and preview what I've done. Why is my image not showing? So this is what I've done. So just for me to be consistent with my color, because I know we are trying to replicate the PiggyVest. So just for me to be consistent with my color, so I'm going to change this blue to match with this particular blue. Highest, I will use this other overlay color. So I'm just going to come here and change this blue to be my blue primary 2, my other shade of blue. So just going to hold this now down here. I'm going to hold this one here. Then change to my blue 2. I don't know why this image. Okay, let me refresh and see. Okay, so okay, that's load. This said very well. If the image is still not showing, wow, you want to just punish me? I don't think so. Okay, so we've done our hero section. So if I scroll, you can see that because we pin this one. So if I scroll, another thing that you guys need to take note is, let's come to this. There's something I need to show you guys so that it will not happen to you. I need to take note. Now remember that we pin. Remember, this is our landing page. Remember, we pin our header. So let me show you guys something. Remember, we pin our header is in fixed position. So when designing, make sure that every other section, now look at it. Now you can see that our head, this is our header, is showing in fixed. Now from this other one is showing from our hero. Let me rename this guy to hero. So from our hero section, or from my hero here, let me call this hero. Now from this hero, you need to pay attention to this place, that whenever you're dropping something on your landing page, it is not in the fixed. If, for example, whatever you like, say your icon, a card, a text, or even anything at all comes to this place that says fix, when you are previewing your work, it's actually going to be fixed. It doesn't matter if it's here, or it doesn't matter if it's here. It doesn't matter if it's here. It doesn't matter if it's this corner. As long as in your layers here is actually in a fixed position, automatically if you are scrolling, it's going to be fixed. Even if it's this place, it's going to be fixed. So whenever you're designing, once you are done with this section, or once you're done, just make sure that it is not in this fix. If not, whatever is standing is just going to be in the fixed position. Now we are done with our hero. I think I have to close this one. Okay, this is okay. So I think we are done with our hero section. So we are going to move on to the next. So the next part we are going to design is going to be, we don't need this, we don't need this, so we don't need this. So the next section we're going to design is going to be this other one. So it's going to be this card section. Like I said, we're going to use our own format. We're going to use our own, but we're not going to add this. What we are just going to do is we're not going to add this icon. What we're just going to do, we're just going to add this text and this title text, this other one, and then we just leave this white spacing here. We just have this text, this one, maybe piggy bank, and then use the color. Like when we are trying to do our interactive component, we just like now for fixed savings is blue. For goal-oriented savings is going to be green, and just like that. So we're going to use those colors, fixed flex naira, flex dollar, and all. So that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come back to this interactive component card. I'm not going to use icon, so I'm going to just play around with this old one we have. So let me increase this. So I'm just going to duplicate this here. So I don't need that icon. So what I need is just this title text and then this here. So I'm just going to play around with. Let me just use one card. So I think I'll have to delete this. So I'm going to take out. Let me detach instance. I don't want this purple line. I want to create a fresh component. So I'm going to detach instance. So I don't need this. So I'm just going to move. I'm going to move this to the top. So I need this. Let me take this card here. So I'll stop running around. So everything's aligned to the left. This other one we did last time was aligned to the center. So we're just going to align everything to the left. Where is it now? So just come here and align to the left. And also come here and align this text to the left. So align to the left. So this is going to be automated savings. So I'll use that blue color. No. So this was the color that was used. And I need this as 28. This is actually good for semi-bold. So I need this as 28 to be see. And this is the one which is also okay. So I will just use dummy text. I will use dummy text. So I won't add this icon. I will just use this tiny text here. So I'm deleting this. So I'm going to duplicate this. Now imagine all this is actually in auto layout. I don't want to scatter it. I just want to use the spacing and the alignment. That's what I want to use, but I don't want to scatter it. So I'm going to take this out here. So let's change this to piggy bank. So I'm going to close this here. So I'm going to move this one here, and then I'm going to delete this icon. I don't need this icon. Now you can see that everything will align to the center. So I don't want everything to align. I want this to be at the top here and then this at this place. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in. First thing first, I'm going to change this text. I don't want it to be the same size as this one. So I'm going to come here. This is regular. So I'm going to turn it to medium, and I'm going to change this color to this blue here. So this is the blue here. So I'm going to hold this one, the card. Now this is the space here. So I'm just going to expand this like this. So this is what I want, which is okay like this for me. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to now make this a component. I think this spacing here is, what spacing? This is 50. So let's make this, instead of 50, let's make it 35. So this is okay. So the drop shadow and everything, I actually need that. So this is how I just want it to look like. So I'm just going to quickly repeat what I did the last time in class. So I'm just going to create components and then add variants. Now in variant, I'm going to change the color of this now. So if my cursor comes on this, if my cursor like on it, how should the over effect look like? The over effect should be like full blue and every other thing to turn to white. So what I'm going to do now, first thing first is I'm going to change this blue to white. So I'll just pick the color code. Once I pick the color code, I'll just change this to my white. So once I change it to white, I'll just paste this color code in this place. So this is how I want it to be. And then I want this gray color not to be white, but like more like this. But like this now is not going to be readable. So because of the shade of blue, so I'm going to change it to white. So if let's assume that we have a color that is between green 4 and white, we can use that one. But since we don't have it, let's just use pure white. So this is how it's going to look, and then I'm going to add that over effect. So I'm going to just come to prototype here and then add that over effect. So just zoom in, pick this plus here, take it to this one here. So what should the trigger be while hovering? So that is what I want. I'll just do the instance for now. Maybe some other time we can just play around with it. So the next one is going to be fix savings. Next one is going to be, so I'm going to just quickly do that. So this is safe lock. So I'm just going to repeat. Sorry, I made a mistake. So I'm just going to repeat this these colors I use here. So I'm going to repeat this color. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to click on this. Where is that card? So this is card 3. So this is not going to be this shade of blue. It's going to be the dark shade of blue. So I'll just hold my card and come to selection color and change everything at once. So I'll just come to my cards. I'll come to selection color, open this drop down here. I'll just come here and then use that my other blue. So this is the blue. I think this is the blue I used. Yes. So this is it. So the next one. So I'm just going to come here again. So I'll just duplicate this. So this is going to be fix saving. I think this text is actually looking small. So let's increase this text. Let's use a bigger text to make it stand out. So I think I will have to use 36. Let's see 36. So I think I'll have to use 36, 34. Yeah, I think this is better. So I'm just going to quickly change this text here. It's happening now. So I use 34. Then I use 34 here. So this is safe lock. So safe lock, I'm just going to change this text to safe lock, and then use my blue, that's other shade of blue. So this is going to be safe lock, and this is going to be safe lock here. So the prototype effects is already active. So all I'm just doing is just changing the text and the color. So what do they use here? So here is fix something. It's saving. So the next one is going to be target savings, and this is going to be goal-oriented savings. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just come here, hold this card. This is going to be card 4, because it's picking those other one as card 1 and 2. There's one I deleted, so you pick it as 2. So this is going to be card 4. You're just giving that next number. So this is going to be so I'm just going to come here. There's no need of renaming I'm trying to omit it because of time. So I'll just quickly change the color and then repeat the same process I did for every other one. So this is the color I use for fixed savings. So I'm just going to duplicate this tool and then quickly type order. So I'm not changing any drop down, I'm not changing any prototype, I'm not changing anything. I think I like the prototype effects. So will this be enough for 3? No. So let's just put this to here. So the next one is going to be oriented system and flexible. So you can see what auto layers did. It's still in the same position, just only broke it down. So here is going to be target saving. Target back, I mean, target savings. So let's see, do it this way. Now I want all this to be in the same line with this. So what I'm going to do, I'll just come to this place, then I'll just put it in hot. I want these guys to be in the same place. So I'm just going to come here and repeat the same system pattern here. These people. So sorry about the noise. Today is Sunday. So I want these guys to be in the same line, like this line guys to be in the same line. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to hold this particular one and change everything now to green. So I'll just come to my selection color and click on this and then pick the color, the green color. Which of the green did I use? This or this? I think it's this. Is it this or this? I think it's this, the darker one. Yeah, that's this. So this is this one. So the next one is going to be the pink one, which is Flex Nera. So I'm just going to come to this blue here and then pick the pink color. So you're going to shape color on this page. Did I use this one or this one? Is it this or this? I think this one. So this is going to be flex naira. So I'm just going to quickly change this one to flex naira. Okay, so the next last remaining two, right? So it's going to be flex dollar and house money. So I'm going to just duplicate this one, these two up. So I'm just going to highlight these two and just duplicate it up. Once I'm done, I'll just copy everything back to my interactive component. So I'm just going to highlight these two and then duplicate it up. Let me take this guys here first. Where are you running? So I'm going to change it. So this is going to be flex dollar and house money. So what's the under? Flex dollar. So this is going to be flex dollar. Okay, so I'm going to hold this one and then pick my orange color. This is the orange I use, and then this one I'm going to use black. So I think I'll have to use this shade. Yeah, I'll have to use the shade. So I noticed I made a mistake somewhere. I did not add the complete text for this part. So I'm just going to, I already did target, I didn't add savings. So I'm just going to correct myself here. So I'm going to copy all these ones now. So I'm going to copy, if I not copy, I'm going to move it to that interactive pad and then bring them and add in my landing page. These color combos are so fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've really add this as let me um let me see something. Let me see something. This not. This is okay. I think this is okay. Right. So let's continue. So I'm going to make this another auto layout. I want to place everything in auto layout. So I'm going to make it before I make it auto layout, I want to pick something. So the spacing between the side is 32. Okay. So I'm going to add another auto layout. Or you cannot add it. Either you add or you don't add. It's still the same thing. So okay, this part then let me not add. So I'm just going to make it 1440. We get to this point. So I'll place it at the left hand side, and so the spacing here is going to be the normal 80. So I'm going to use 80 for the left comma, and then I will use 32 for the right. So I'll get that first setting I want. Then I'm going to increase this side a little bit. So once I enter, it's already at the center. So I think this is okay for me. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah. So that when I'm done, I'll just put everything all together and it will be easier for me. So I will name this side to hero. So I'm going to come here now, pick all this card 1111. Before I will arrange them, there's a text. What is it on this? Paying about speed. There's a text here. There's a text here that says something about many ways to build your savings and all. So let's just pick this and then place it there. So I'm going to use my Alt key. I'm going to click on all the white ones and then hold my shift to do this, like pick all of them at once instead of pick drop. So I'm just going to hold this way, or you come to your assets and then pick them. But I'm just going to do this normal way. So I'm going to hold my Alt key and then bring it inside my landing page. So once I bring it to my landing page, this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to now arrange them. So I'm going to arrange them. So I'm going to carry this one. Frenda, please let me concentrate, please. So I'm going to bring this one here. Hold this and this. And bring this one here. So thank goodness that we actually measure our landing page the last time when we did our and that when I did that card over effect for you. So if you are designing something like this, don't forget you have to watch that video to understand where we did or where we did using that rectangle to take measurements. So if you are creating this thing from scratch, you have to follow that other method. But since you've already did something dummy like this in our last class, so we just had to take that the rectangle like that. I believe you understand what I'm saying. This card effect we did, it was the one we did from the last class that we just turn to this one that we are going to use now. So I'm going to hold this and this, and then I'll make it up to there. So once I make it up to there, automatically it will just align. Now the spacing between each of them is 21, which is perfect. So I'm going to make this, and this. Then move to the top here. Make the spacing. No, not this spacing. No. So this is showing units. So I'll just come here and say 21, and then I'll make it auto layout. So once I make it auto layout, I'll just align to the center automatically. It's at the center. So I'm going to move this one. This one is at the top, and this is at the bottom. So I'll just carry this one and keep here, and then I'll reduce the spacing here. So this spacing now, I'm going to make this spacing to be, let's make it 40. Okay. So I'm going to make both of them auto layout. So once I'll finish this side now, so this spacing between them is more. So I think I'm going to do 20 minus 20. So 20 is okay. So I'm going to place it here. Now let's create this part. Let's make this part. Let's do this one. So here we have many ways to build your savings. So I'm going to use this. So now I'm going to use So I have used 34. I have used 64, right? 62 or 68. Okay, 58. I've used 58. I've used no, remember I did not create those ones as local styles. But since you are now adding a larger or a higher number of your font weight and font size, remember you will make them immediately. You just add it here. You just automatically add them as your local styles, and then go to your display of topography and then add them. Remember we did that in our assignment. In class we didn't do it, but in the assignment I added it as part of something you will do. So let's add this here. So what's the text? The text says better ways to read and save, right? So I won't use 58. 58 is actually too much. So what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use 42 or 30 something. I think this is 42. Let's see 44. Let's see 42 first. Let me place at the center and then see this 42 if it's okay. Yeah, I think 42 is okay. This is actually okay. So this is okay. So I'm just going to add my body text now. So I'm going to hold this one, then bring it down a little bit. Yeah. So I need my text. So I'm just going to duplicate this text here. I'm going to hold my Alt and bring it down here. So I'm going to place it this way. And I will make it 60, so I'm going to make it 20. Now I don't have 20 here. I don't have 20 here. So remember we used 20 for our hero body text, and I did not add it. So in your own cases, you're going to add it. So I'm going to use 20 here. And this is actually too much, so I don't need all these ones. So I think I don't like that 26 space. I'm going to make it 10. So 10 is okay. And then I'm going to hold this one. Then make it up. Once I make it up, I'm going to reduce this spacing here. So 100 and something is too much. So 40 is okay for it. Yeah, 40 is okay. Or we can make it 60. Now, if we are making this 60, anyone that has this title, body, and card will have to make it 60. And then the spacing between your title text and your body text will be, if you're making it 10, you have to be consistent with 10. You have to be consistent with 10. So going to hold this and then so this is going to be 8. So if this is 8, so this is what I have like this. So what I'm going to do now, this is how it looks like. Now it's showing that it is not up to, because 1 is actually missing here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check now, showing that it's out. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we're going to just put -1. You can take out this one and replace to 0. You can add -1 like this. It's just automatically give it this way. So what I'm going to check now, if I check like this now, I see that it is 88, which is okay. So I can just turn this to 1440. This is how it would look like. And then for the padding, I'll just come here and put 80. And then I'll just come here and then position it at the center. So once I position it at the center, this is how it's going to look like. So the spacing between your hero, now you can see that I don't have space up here and I don't have space down. So I'm just going to give it padding of maybe 10. Let's just give it 20. 20 is okay. So once I give it 20, this is okay. I don't need a thick color because the background is giving me the the landing page already has a background color. So the spacing between this section and the hero section, how do you want it to be now? For here, I'm having 102. So if you're having 102, if you're going to be remaining this 102, just know that the next section that is going to come is going to be 102. But this 102 is actually too much because remember we added this up and down spacing and padding here. So if you're having 102 and this one is to not make it look too much. So what I'm going to do, I already have 20 here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work with just going to come here to just say, okay, I'm not going to put a fixed position. I'm just going to move it in when I'm satisfied with the space. So I think 70 is okay for me. So this is what I will have if I'm working with 70. So this is what I will have. I think this is okay for me. So if I come to this place now, you can see this hover effect we did here. You can see this hover effect that we did here. So this is the outcome. So now if you scroll from I don't know why this thing did not show. Honestly, I did not know why. So if we scroll from the landing page, so we already did this once in our last class, which I gave you guys as an assignment. So we have the landing page like this. I don't know why this image did not show. I don't know why. So we just have to replicate or duplicate the exact figure, 1.360 million, sorry. So we already have this. So what we just did was just changing of this icon and then the color. We picked this color from PiggyVest. I love their color combo. We picked all this one. We did not design or we did not did exactly like theirs. We went to community to get this one. We did not, the header is not like their own. We just we picked something we did from the last class. So I think for this we did not add that phone something. We just made it card effect like this. So this is what we did. Yeah, I think I like this. So we are going to stop here for now, and then we'll continue tomorrow to finish up our landing page. And from landing page, from tomorrow, we'll start from, Freda, please let me concentrate, please. Others on this, that on the file, they are just staying one place. You're distracting me with your cursor. So from tomorrow, we'll design this. So when we design this, please, I'm talking, who mistakenly on mute? So when we come tomorrow, we are going to design this part. We're not going to use, so we're going to just maybe add something here, or maybe design something to our test. And then for here, we're not going to use this pattern, we're going to design something. But if you won't let us use this pattern, fine and good, we're going to use it. We will not add all this as feature in. We're not going to add this. We're going to add FAQ and then do that in. Just add our FAQ component and then change the text, maybe the question to maybe what ChatGPT will give us, or maybe what is already on their website. And then the footer, we're not going to design this footer. We're going to design our own footer. We're going to pick maybe some information here, or maybe not their address. We're going to use a random address. We're going to use our own choice of icons. We're not going to add this. We're going to just add a brief information about PiggyVest. We're not going to add all this. We can just add. We can add or we cannot add. But our footer is not going to be this their format. We're just going to design another thing. So just have it at the back of your mind that we are using this PiggyVest as an inspiration and we are redesigning it to something in class. Okay, I'm not saying their website is bad. I love their website. It's so fine. It's so beautiful. But we're just using that as an inspiration to design our own for this class. So we're going to stop here and then we'll come back tomorrow for day 2.